Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Coinbase Developer Platform Onramp AMA event. I'm your host, Bobby Lee, a technical program manager here to help manage our developer community programming for the CDP Discord. Thank you again, and we're excited to have you here. So CDP has created a platform that enables developers to help any business transition on-chain. We aim for our tools to continuously improve in efficiency and effectiveness, enabling us to contribute more meaningfully to the success of those building with our product. So that's you guys. So to kick things off, in the chat, if you open the chat on the far right, we'd love for you to tell us a few things. So we're interested to know if you have used Onramp before. That's our first question. So you can put that in the chat. So as you do that, we'll take another second here. Cool. We have another question as well. So how did you decide what ramp provider to integrate? If you are familiar with this, we're just kind of curious. The team is wondering, how did you decide what ramp provider to integrate? There's your theme song. Thanks. I think that Spotify is. And then another question we have is our last question is, which countries are your users in for any apps that you've built? Cool, some global. US only, US and EU, Argentina, awesome. US. Cool. You can keep putting some of your answers in there for those questions while we keep chatting. So let me introduce our presenters. We have Wen, who is the engineer lead on Coinbase Ramps team, and Udav is the product lead for our Ramps team as well. So the topics they're going to go over today are the launch of the Coinbase Offramp. So we're excited to chat about that. And then what is a crypto off-ramp and how do they work? And then we'll go over growth hacks to onboard users faster and build trust. And then we'll go over how to integrate Coinbase's Offramp SDK into your app. So with that being said, before we get started, just a couple things I want to mention is if you have any questions throughout this event, just put them into the chat like you're doing now. And we'll encourage you to ask questions throughout, but just post those in the chat and we'll be monitoring that and do our best to get to them. And then we just ask to keep your questions relevant to the topic or the question that's asked and to be respectful to everyone. And then if you have to go or you know someone who might want to see this, we are recording this session and it'll be available for viewing later on our YouTube channel. And we'll post that into Discord once it's recorded and once it's all complete. So without further ado, let's get started. I'll hand everything over to Udav and Wen, so take it away.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining. My name is Udav. We're going to start with a quick intros from my side and then Wen's side, and we'll jump right into the product that we're excited to launch and share with y'all today. So as I said, I'm Udav. I recently joined the Coinbase team to lead our product for on and off ramp APIs, focused on expanding from what we have today, which is our on-ramp and guest checkout flow, to our off-ramp and our international flows. So yeah, really excited to join this. Before this, I worked on a couple of crypto projects, including WorldCoin, and then two of my own startups. One of them was a DeFi project on Solana, and definitely dealt with a lot of onboarding challenges on how to get new users who aren't crypto native into Web3 and into different chains. So really excited to talk about how Offramp will help enable that and make ramps even better for y'all.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wen. I'm the engineer lead in Coinbase Onramp team. I've been joining Coinbase for 3 years, working on the guest checkout project and Offramp, and very excited to share the good news for launching Offramp, and looking forward for your feedbacks and the integration in the future. Back to you.
Awesome. So I guess the first question that we put out here. And the reason we asked those questions in the channel, in the chat, were because a lot of our partners and customers that come to us and ask us how on-ramps work, why should they integrate it, we end up giving them the same answer, and the answer is really around trust, right? Is if you're building an app that's bringing users on chain, the main thing that you want those users to feel is trust. And how do you build trust in a crypto economy? Well, we think it's a couple of ways, but the answer for our team is making it easy, fast, and convenient to go from fiat to crypto, and then crypto to fiat. Right? And this to us is kind of the beautiful flywheel of our economy, where we have the fiat world, where you deal with your local banking methods, you deal with local fintechs in your country, and then you have on-chain, where you can transfer assets between two wallets easily, between two apps easily. You can deposit into DeFi and use a variety of like on-chain applications. And we're going to talk about today, like what are we doing as the Ramps team to enable that? We can go to the next slide. So today, as we mentioned, like becoming a part of the crypto economy and enabling your users to access the crypto economy is pretty tough. You have to do a bunch of things. Here, we're going to talk about three of them. The first one being you got to find a provider, right? In your country for your payment methods that work with your users. But that itself is a challenge. And that's not even, we haven't even got to the engineering problem yet. You just need to find people that will work. And in our case, we offer like an embedded product where you can direct yourself, users to um, just a pop-up where they can participate in the on and off ramp flow. Other places offer APIs. And then second, you have to deal with the KYC, right? Every one of your users often takes 20 minutes to hours to onboard, which requires them disclosing some private information in a repeated way. And this hasn't really been scalable in the history of on and off ramps in crypto. And third, pricing, right? Everyone wants, if they're onboarding $100, they want to get 100 USDC or $100 worth of SOL, BTC, ETH, whatever it may be. And the status quo today, it's not great, right? It can cost up to $7 just to on-ramp $100 in fees. And one of the awesome things that we're not talking about today, but is recently launched from the Coinbase Ramps team, is free USDC on-ramps. So if you haven't checked it out already, you can on-ramp from your normal methods. So this is through guest checkout or the logged in Coinbase user flow, and get $100 of USDC for $100 of fiat, right? And you're kind of saying goodbye to the $7 in fees. So if anyone's already integrated the Onramp API or SDK, would recommend you check it out, and I'll let your users know that right now it's free. So it's a great time to join crypto or come into the on-chain world. The question we had for y'all was, and would love your answers in the chat below, is where is most of the friction for you and your users in the on-ramp and off-ramp experience today? And while you answer, we'll jump into the off-ramp. Next slide. So for many people who haven't integrated on or off-ramp APIs before, our product is super simple to integrate. There's just really like three steps. Once you set up your Coinbase CDP API keys, which hopefully most of you already have, and you got an app ID for your project, you simply just need to get your config, which will tell you the countries, the fiat currencies, and the assets supported, then generate a quote to tell you how much you're getting and estimate the sale prices, and then a sell URL, right? And to demo all this today, Wen is going to give us an awesome live demo of how you can do this in your app with, I believe, what is our exciting off-ramp demo app. Wen.
Can you grant me share screen permission?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you should be
Yeah.
good now. Yep.
Sounds good. To do the off-ramp integration, if you have integrated with Coinbase Onramp before, it will be very similar. If you haven't integrated with Offramp Onramp before, we will first start from generating the cell config. That's the
Hey,
open
Wen,
API you can call.
I just don't see, it's still loading your preview, so I just want to make sure
Okay.
you're not trying to show people yet.
Can you see my screen now?
I think you're good.
Okay.
You're good. Keep going. Yep.
Yeah, so we have a demo app you guys can try. We will share the access and how to use it in the instruction later. Basically, if you want to integrate with Offramp, the first step you will do is generate cell config. That will return all the supported countries for Coinbase Onramp cell. Once you click that, it will return a JSON object. You can check what's the supported country. Let's say if you're supporting US, the country code is US, the subdivision here is the state, and the payment method. For Offramp, we're supporting sell to the Coinbase fiat account, ACH bank account in US, and crypto wallet. Crypto wallet is basically just sending the crypto to Coinbase crypto balance account. So that's all the configuration you can get for each country. Once you have this configuration, the second thing we will do is generating the sell option. Let's say if we choose to use US, select the subdivision, California, generate the sell option. The sell option will return you all the cash out currency available for you. USD, Singapore dollar, all those options. And underneath the option of the currency, you will see the limit and the payment method supported here. For the US dollar, there are two different payment methods, which is the fiat balance in Coinbase account and the ACH bank account. If you're satisfied with all those configurations, the next step for you is to generate an estimated sell quote. Using the configuration you get above, we selected US as the country. For cash out currency, maybe we want to do like USD dollar, the payment methods, fiat wallet. I will select to sell BTC. Network, I will use Bitcoin and sell that amount of BTC. It will show the quotes. The cash out total is the total fiat money the user will receive. That's the total fiat's worth of the crypto. We're selling that amount, and the Coinbase fee is also listed here. So you can use that response to present Coinbase Onramp as an option on your wallet. That's everything for the URL before we generate the sell URL. When we get that set up, I will do a live demo for Offramp. So for this demo, we are using the Coinbase MPC wallet. I already have a wallet generated. So you see, I already have some balance for USDC. If you don't have balance, you can generate an Onramp link to transfer some money into your test wallet. For generating the Onramp link, you will need your app ID and all the destination, the wallet address put into the URL. That's the simple URL we have here. When I launch Offramp, it will redirect us to the Offramp flow. So on this flow, the user will be shown what's the balance of the wallet. For now, I only have USDC. If you have other asset, it will be show up here. Also, if you click this button, it will show all the available payment method you have. You can withdraw to Europe, cash balance here, CAD cash balance. PayPal accounts is also available in Canada, and also USDC balance. For this demo, I will do a PayPal withdrawal. Maybe put a $5, $5.3 for sell. When user click review, it will be show a quotes page. That will show all the payment methods you choose, the sell amounts, and the targets fiat you will receive. One thing need mentioning is we are using a special manner here. So if you see a receive at least, that means for some crypto which take longer to send on chain, for example, BTC, if it's taking maybe 30 minutes to send, the quote of the sell may change when the crypto arrive in Coinbase. One way we use to increase the success rate is that we generate quotes with a minimum amounts, like at least amounts in this quote. If the new quote, when the fund arrive in Coinbase, we check whether the sell price change. If it's changed, we're regenerating a quote, and if the quotes is bigger than the previous receive at least amount, we will going to sell the crypto and proceeding the transaction. However, if the price fluctuated below this receive at least, users' fund will be in their Coinbase crypto accounts. We won't sell it automatically, and the user can do it manually themselves. Once we see this quotes page, user will click cash out now. On this step, user will be redirecting back to your wallet. You will use the API to fetch the transaction details and initialize a send on your wallet. That's our test demo app. So you see, that's just a simple UI showing I'm sending that money, that much USDC to this address. Once I click transfer, that initializes the send on chain. So it will take some time. Yeah, you see the on chain send succeed on chain. Then I can go to my PayPal account, check whether the balance arrived. It might take some time. Let's see.
While it loads, like one interesting use case is if you're just building an app that you need to get paid by your users and you want to be able to take that back to pay your bills as a company or as a person, then this could be a cool use case. Like you have a PayPal account that you just receive your money to as all your users pay for your on-chain service, whether it's a social network or you're providing product design services, really any use cases possible with this.
Yeah, cool. We saw the fund arrived, so that's the successful end of flow. Yeah, that's everything for the demo. We will share all the instruction on how to use the demo app on your end. Back to you, Udav.
Thanks, man. That was awesome. That was like really fast. I hope everyone could tell how easy it is to integrate this into your app. It's been fun kind of watching it get made, and I think Gwen and the team have been working super hard on making it possible. The next thing we wanted to talk about was what are some of the payment methods and how do fees work? These are usually two of the most common questions we get. And it looks like, yeah, there's some questions about different currency support. So for the first version of Offramp, uh, we'll go through two different kind of types of assets that we support. So on the USDC side, and for everyone who may not know, USDC is a digital dollar, it's a dollar-backed stablecoin. You can cash out this to users' Coinbase retail accounts. So this could include their fiat accounts on Coinbase, where they hold dollar balances or CAD balances, like in Wen's case, to their bank, which is by ACH in the US, and then PayPal, which is also what Wen was demoing. And for this, there's no fees. So one USDC on chain is $1 in your bank account, right? I think that's a really important part of making the flow seamless and building the trust that we were talking about earlier. Right? Oftentimes, uh, with the 5% spread taken randomly, then users get confused and don't really know what's going on once they take money out of the crypto world. But with USDC, and our off-ramps, it's one-to-one. And then for assets in like BTC, ETH, and Sol, and then any other assets that we support on Coinbase Retail, with just a few exceptions, you can cash out to your users' Coinbase Retail accounts on the fiat side, as well as on the USDC side, as well as PayPal. And what we're working on supporting would be cashing out assets like BTC, ETH, and Sol to your users' bank accounts directly by ACH, similar to how we do for USDC. And for this, there is a 1% fee. Next slide. So as Wen was showing, everything that she walked through is open source and available for you to it's just kind of one git clone away. You grab this repo, yarn install, and then run dev, and then there you go. You have this demo app working. There's a bunch of code in there for people to copy paste if they want into their apps to learn from how to do an implementation integration. Just don't forget to get your API key from the portal and copy your project ID. All this stuff is explained as well in the docs for the Onramp demo app. So super open to any questions and feedback that people have once they try it out. The next slide. So really appreciate everyone coming and joining today's launch for Coinbase off-ramps. And if you have any feedback, please feel free to scan this QR code and grab some time with me and Wen to talk about the product in more detail, or just hop in the Onramp channel in Discord. I think Bobby Lee, see you.
Yeah, thanks everybody. So excited that you came. So this is our time for Q&A. So any questions that you might have, put them in the chat and we will answer as many as we can. So we'll give you a few seconds to do that and we'll get started. I know the one off the bat was, is INR supported?
So not today. We're mostly US focused since that's where most of the Coinbase users are. India is definitely like an interesting country for our expansion in 2025. Happy to talk more about that, Gulshan, on chat or in the channel. Would love to understand your use case and what your customers are asking for. Definitely an important country for us.
Any chance you'll have you'll add Cash App for payment?
When have you heard much about Cash App internally as payment method? I'm not super familiar with where we're at with Cash App, but I think you're on mute, man.
I don't think we support Cash App for payment for now. We are working on adding more payment method. Yeah, if we have any new payment method, we will put it in the developer docs.
Next question. Any chance the Onramp API could be used to reload Coinbase card? Parentheses, great for off-chain, offline payments.
Oh, interesting. So I'm hypothetically thinking here because I haven't done this myself, but since it's just another debit card and it's linked already in your Coinbase user profile, I would think that it's possible. When do you have any more insight into that?
Is that for Offramp use case or Onramp use case? So for Onramp use case, you should be able to use it with the existing Onramp integration. For Offramp, we should support card pretty soon. The only thing is you have to, I believe in Coinbase, you have to get through some validation steps in your account in order to be grants the deposit permission for your card. Technically, that's supportable and will be coming soon.
See a few more people typing. In the meantime, what payments What payment methods will Coinbase Offramp support from day one?
Yeah, so we kind of talked about this on the fifth slide, but for the first version of off-ramps, it's really focused on just getting about 100 million existing Coinbase users as your accessible set of users you can tap into for this. So this will support your Coinbase retail account, which is the fiat balance, as well as the USDC account. That's for any asset, and then for US and as well as PayPal. And then specifically for USDC, we'll support bank account transfers. So if you have a bank account linked to your Coinbase account, you'll be able to send via ACH, off-ramp via ACH directly to that account.
Got it. Okay, until we have another question. What are the types of apps which can use this?
Ooh, it's a great question. I think there's a lot of variety of applications. A lot of it could be fintech apps. So if you're trying to build a way for your users to go and manage a really do a lightweight portfolio management app, I think this is a great use case. It could be an e-commerce store, right? It's the ability to just collect payments from your users in digital dollars or USDC and then off-ramp it into their local payment methods. Could be a decentralized social network, right? That collects tips from creators in USDC or any other asset and cashes it out. So the use cases are pretty endless. Like anywhere you want to use digital money, you can think about plugging into Coinbase on off-ramps. There's some cool ideas
Yeah.
in the chat. I think people can continue to drop, and we're happy to talk about any of them in the channel.
Yeah. Question I have is, do I need to have Onramp integrated to use Offramp?
You want to share that one with?
Yeah, I don't think that's any dependency on Offramp. You can use both product independently. The only thing is you need to have the project ID set up in our portal and get those key into your app.
Okay, and then one more question I prepared was, what if my app doesn't have a backend? What can be done then?
You want to take that one, Win?
Yeah, we basically just use the key to use the URL to go to the Offramp UI. If you don't have a backend, you can generate the URL using the app ID. The only thing is you won't be able to call those config endpoints to get all the codes generated. But you will still be able to use Offramp just by generating the URL.
Cool. Okay, just checking the chat. I don't see any more questions. Does anyone else have any? We'll wait we'll wait a minute here for you guys to think of anything.
Awesome. I saw Greg already scheduled some time to talk about the Offramp API. Thanks for doing that, Greg. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're excited to be proud of it, or proud to be part of this. That's awesome.
Any other interesting use cases people have in mind?
Here's a question. Is the euro with the off-ramp EURC? Yeah, EURC or just euros? That's the question.
If you're referring to the payment method I just showed, that's just the euros. That's the fiat euros.
Okay. Thanks for explaining that. Yeah. think Rajiv might have a question. Yeah, which countries would you want if anyone had to choose or wanted to request? France, Mexico, Canada.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
France and Mexico also top of mind. Yeah, Canada. You want to talk about Canada when?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
Canada.
that's definitely, we already support a lot of countries. If you want, you can go exploring it in the demo app I just showed. There's a list of config of all the supported countries. Canada is definitely supported. Myself is in Canada. That's why PayPal is supported for Canada.
Philippines. We have another minute to see if anyone has any more questions. Any chance we have an integrated commerce plus off-ramp solution?
This is what we're working on right now with the pay with crypto button. It would enable merchants to get paid in crypto. And then when it comes to Offramp, we're still thinking about the spec for it. But yeah, we definitely want to offer this all in one so you don't have to think about it as a developer, doing each individual integration.
A few people typing, so I'll wait here a little bit. Okay, we're gonna just, yeah, we're gonna bring this to an end. This discussion was awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Udolph and Wen. It was a pleasure having you guys. And to the audience, if you have any additional questions or you'd like to keep the discussion going, so just reach out to us in the Onramp channel here in Discord. And that's where we will also post the link to this recording when it's ready and uploaded. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today, and look forward to seeing you at our next CDP event, which you can find on our Luma calendar and also posted in here. We'll update you guys all the time with our events coming soon. So yeah, we'd love to have you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later.